Hey, what's going on, Fit Fam? Casey here, and today I need to get real with you. There are people inside my world, people I care about, who this is directed at, and maybe this hits home with you too. But the thing I'm starting to hear a lot more of, the longer we go on with this coronavirus, is people who are kind of throwing in the towel because their situation has changed, their environment has changed. And it's very frustrating for me being a coach because the environment should not matter. We should be able to adapt to the environment and overcome. All right? So here's what I mean. I'm hearing from friends and family, and I'm hearing from even some members who are like, you know what? I'll just resume this when this whole thing's over. Or you know what? Yeah, I haven't really been working out. I'll just wait until my gym opens back up, and I'll start working out then. So first, before I dive into that, I want to give props to everybody who has started working out during this whole thing, who said, you know what, I finally have the time I can dedicate to getting my making my health a priority. So I want to give props to those people who took a lemon and made lemonade out of it. Because here's the thing. What I try to preach to our members is, look, smooth seas never created skilled sailors. So if you can take care of your health in the most crazy, hectic time where we're not allowed to leave the house, imagine what you're going to be able to do when the world is your oyster. Instead, I'm seeing a lot of people who are starting to like ball up and curl up into a ball and give up. And that's not my way of doing things, and it shouldn't be your way either. So this is a wake-up call to those of you who think you're going to restart when this is over. First, we don't know when this is going to be over. This can last longer than not. And each day that passes that you decide to wave that white flag is going to make it 10 times as hard for you to get started again. There's a saying that it's easier to keep a boulder rolling down the hill than to stop it and get it started again. Same thing with a train, right? It takes a train, like how long, like a steam engine train, how long to get started? But once it stops, how long does it take to get started again? We see this all the time inside our gyms. People who are with us, they do like our Fit in 42 program, and then they're like, you know what? I got all the tools I need. I'm going to go do it on my own. And that's a huge red flag for us. We're like, please reach out whenever you need to. Reach out whenever you need to. And then guess what happens? 6 months later, we bump into them at the grocery store, and they look worse than when they started. And that's like a kick in the gut for us, because you weren't on this journey alone. You had a coach who was sitting there trying to devise ways to make this happen for you. You entered our bubble, and anyone who's in our bubble, we care about. And even though you left, you're still in that bubble. And then we bump into you, and you're worse than when we first met you. And then guess what we say? Why didn't you reach out? And you know what we hear more times than not? Because I was embarrassed of how far I've fallen. And look, we don't care. We don't care how far you fall. We don't care about any of that. We care about helping you. So basically, once again, you give us a puzzle. You give us a new environment, and we have to be able to adapt to it. You're saying, Casey, here's the puzzle. Here's where I'm at. Here's how my lifestyle is. And we try to figure out that puzzle for you and help you get to where you want to go. Then guess what? You disappear for 6 months, and you come back, and it's a new puzzle. I don't care about the old puzzle anymore. I'm trying to figure out the new puzzle. And this is what's so scary to me about this whole situation is I got people, we're 3 weeks in and they're waving the white flag. What happens if we're 3 months in? How bad are you going to be? And that doesn't have to happen. Why? Because the situation is not ideal in your head. Nothing's ideal right now for anybody. That doesn't mean you quit. And you're not just quitting on your gym. You're quitting on yourself. You're quitting on your family. You're quitting on anybody who cares about you because you're not caring about yourself. And this is what's really frustrating is because you're making a selfish decision, but you're the least important person in your own life. There's kids who depend on you. There's spouses who depend on you. There's friends and family who depend on you. And you're saying it's not an ideal situation. I had things set up this certain way, and now that changed, and I can't figure it out. So might as well like wipe the slate clean and not do anything. And then guess what? Like I said, you're going to fall back. And you're going to fall back bad because once you stop caring about one aspect of your health, what, you think you're going to still maintain and you're still going to eat right? No, you're going to say the hell with it. The hell with me eating right. I'm not working out, so who cares? And then when you say who cares, guess what? You start that ball rolling or that steam engine rolling in the wrong direction, which is going to be hard to stop. And then this all ends. And you're going to look in the mirror and you're going to say, man, I wish I didn't do that. But you're also going to have these new feelings about going back to whatever you were doing. And I'm telling you, we've dealt with this so many times. You're going to grapple with the idea of, my God, I don't want people to see me like this. Because we're all on social media. You're going to see your friends and family who didn't quit and who still made this work. And in many cases, got better. So that's going to bring new feelings. And that's going to bring, unfortunately, it's going to bring things like shame. And might even bring on some depression. And then guess what? You're not going to want to restart. Because you are going to have that, and you're going to be worried about what other people think about you because you gave up on yourself. I'm telling you, this is how it goes. And so this is a wake-up call for anybody who right now is getting so frustrated with the way things are, and they decide to wave that white flag. Do not wave that white flag. Figure it out. Yes, maybe you can't go to a gym full of equipment. Maybe you can only do body weight exercises. But that's way better than doing nothing and sitting on the couch watching Tiger King and getting and eating Doritos all day. Do what you can. If you're in a community like ours, stay in that community. It's going to be the strength for you when you don't have it. The last thing you want to do is put yourself on an island and go all alone in this situation where we're already isolated. All we have is each other right now, and all we have is each other not in a physical sense, but in an emotional, supportive sense via social media, via Zoom and all these other outlets. The minute you go rogue and you go dark and you have nobody looking out for you but you, and you already gave up on yourself, that's when bad things are going to happen. So, if you want to wave the white flag and you have a support system, reach out to that support system. This is the last time you should ever want to stop being active. And walking is not an activity. Walking is an activity. Walking is not training, though. Walking is something we should do as humans. I just did a video on it. I know my brother did a video on it too, that we're not moving enough. But walking is not replacing us exercising. Walking is something we should do around our exercise instead of being stationary, sitting in chairs all the time. So that is not exercise. So don't tell me you're walking. Walking is what you should be doing. You're a human being with 2 legs. Guys, I'm doing this because I care. I'm doing this because I love you. I'm doing this because there is part of the issue with this whole thing is that most of our population is out of shape. They're the ones with they're not the only ones, but they're a large majority of the people who are immune compromised. A large portion. They're not the only ones, but we are not checking all the boxes of the things we could do. And now all of a sudden we're letting emotions get in and cloud our judgment as to what we should be doing each day. All right, guys, so don't stop moving. If you are in a community and you need support, reach out to your community. If you don't have a community, join our community. We're trying to help everybody through this. All right, so take care and we'll talk to you soon. I love you all.